I seem like a selling short, always feel the same. My face and my soul, always women dead, always under control. But the longest hours you'll ever in your life are the ones you sit through the north direction. I wait, but I pray that I'm wrong, because I think I know what's going on.
Everybody down and sing a thing. You gotta.
So let me get this straight, the only will is my own. I do whatever I want to stay alone. All my decisions make it untouchable and tainted. I'm gonna suffer for the rest of my life, but I will always find a way to survive. I'm not a failure, but I know what it's like. I can take it or leave it or die.
Everybody down and while it's all around.
Because I think I know what's going on.
Everybody down and while it's all around.
Like breathing in sulfur.
Everybody down and while it's all around. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
My life is undone, and I'ma say that I'm most part of taste the sun of my guts. I'm untrue, I'm probably wrong, but I'm better than you. And the longest hours I've had of my life were the ones I went through to know I was right. So I'm safe, but I'm a little outside. I'm gonna laugh when I'm buried alive. Take it or leave it or die.
Okay, that's not the ideal start to a stream, I guess. Screenshot of, just isn't working. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. My name is Catmonarch, and once again, Yugioh Duel Masochist. Difference being that we can take it a lot easier than we have been. We don't have to stress so much. I'd like to maintain our very pleasant win rate, but at this point it doesn't matter. We've had 2 wins in diamonds so far. I should probably actually... Yeah, you know what? I'll make a counter for this. Let me add a text. Wins in diamond. Okay. We will just... It's gonna look a little rough. You just gotta give me a minute. I need to, like, find the font and everything. Hope everyone's been doing okay anyway. There we go. I can drag that about right. I'm gonna want this, I don't know, down in the left-hand corner. Let's take a look at one of the properties. So I'm looking at Callisto MT Italic. Callisto Italic, nice. I think we can drop the size down to maybe a 72. No, that's way too small. Let's try a round 100. Okay, and let's just shimmy it on down into the corner. I think that's visible, right? Should be, anyway. Yeah, that's nice and visible. Right, now we gotta find the same text color. FF55FF. I can't say that much has happened, of course, because, well, not much has happened. There's been a very... Oh yeah, right, background opacity. So we want like 80 or something, right? I think. Maybe we'll want it down at 50 down there, I don't know. We'll do that for the moment. Give it an outline. Thicken up the outline a little bit. Yeah, 4 should be fine. That looks about right. There we go. Wins in diamond. Two. Because we've made very good progress so far. There we go. And let's put that in the same one as that one. There we go. Alright, I think that looks good. And that seems like it's not too busy on the stream end of things. But yeah, we've got 2 wins in diamond. And that's relevant because diamond's reward is solo mode things, solo mode shenanigans. Also, very important thing. Very important thing. There we go. Peace. I don't think there's anything else we want to particularly change at this point. Yeah, I'm kind of good with everything else. But hey, we have a diamond frame now. We made it. And just so it's on stream, I can't remember if it was last time, this is the version of the deck that got us there. This is what managed to get us into Diamond 5. I was looking at it and, like, this does feel a little bit suspect, but I feel it could come up often enough. And it gives you a choice between, a Condemned Witch when you already have Lopter, or, like, Assault Synchron, which you do need to normal summon, you can't special summon. Because it is while it's face up in the monster zone. didn't realise there were quite as many conditions on Mass Change 2. I updated, like, the list for Go Second, not because this is what we plan to be playing or anything, but this is because, like, these are extra cards we've pulled, right? We've managed to get a Squamata, we have a Hellshadol, we've got... oh, right, yeah, we've got another Gardala. There you go. We're on 3, Waterfront, we've got 3 Luna, and it's just all the, good things that we can actually just, use. And along with, yeah, these 2 Shadols as well. It won't be how the list goes when we actually get to playing it, nor will this be like the actual stunt list when we get to playing it, but it's got, the additional Vanity's Fiends, it's got the additional Gardala, the Starry Dragon cycles which we didn't have in before, and so on, I've managed to look at them and think about it. I guess Stun is a deck that might make use of the Kashtira field spell, actually. While this list won't be like 50-something cards, we should think about... yeah, add specifically a monster. Yeah, that doesn't really seem like something worth playing. Even if it's like a 3rd search target, and technically makes it a little bit easier to make a Rise Heart. We don't have anything new for the 7th Tachyon targets. And for Cosmopunk, I mean, I could, like, add the 3rd Lunar Eclipse, but I'm not sure that that's, like, the difference maker at the moment. We could swap the Dynamicious, and if we want to cut the Floodgates, we can swap out Tikaboo. So, we've got changes we can make to these decks. There are new decks we need to be brewing. Looking forward to it. I think for the moment, we're just going to keep dueling in Diamond, and we're going to see just, if we can get wins, basically. Because the more wins we get, the more of the solo mode we can do. And that's just the goal at the moment. How much solo mode can we get through on, not this stream, but the next stream. And this one's just a bonus stream, just because we're in Diamond 5. If we weren't in Diamond, this wouldn't be happening. Or maybe it would, because we would be that close. I don't know. Right. Standard. And we have a play, plus a disruption. Well, 1 hand trap, 2 disruptions. Now, because we have something, I think we do just start Ha. Okay. Well, at least they've burned a card, although Ash Blossom wasn't hitting anything else we did anyway. Are we doing real Snake Eye hours? Because we might be. Yeah. I think it's limited, right? That works. Also, this Bestial is not going to do anything in my hand, I don't think. Like, Snake Eyes would run the Bellstar, but will they put the Bellstar into the grave? Apparently that's all it takes. That is another win in Diamond. Well, +1 to the counter. Not. +1 to the counter, +30. No. Alright. In the meantime, we do get to open our Legacy tickets and our Master Packs as normal. So, let's go. Let's do that. Oh, by the way, disclaimer, my Discord is open, so if you hit Discord pings, it might be mine. I'll let you know if it is. Nope. This is good for digital bugs, but kind of exclusively digital bugs. And you are a Cyberse extender, right? I mean, you are, but you're a very, very niche one. And Die Dance is an awful card. Right. Master Packs. Do the pulls get better because we're in Diamond, do you think? Didn't ask the question yesterday. Emblema. Amulet Dragon, the 16th. Another Void. I think we've got a playset of Void Trap Hole at this point. Okay, that is a new card. Zubaba Gagaga Gogago Dododo. And it is just a free summon. So it's half a rank 4 if you have another card. Okay, what about the second pack? And I think we can definitively say the pulls are as good as earlier. Which is to say, you occasionally get something pretty cool. Well, I wouldn't call runic cards pretty cool, but you occasionally get something pretty powerful. Yeah, those aren't really changing the deck. Although that is a rank 3, you know, light insect. Which, again, digital bugs, you know. Surely we can make digital bugs. Surely that'd be a deck that just works, right? It's not a deck people test against in the solo mode for the only reason of it has hand traps. And, okay. They are choosing. We are going second. It is expected. Not a bad hand, must say. We're against 46. And we're on 45. That's that whole cards difference. Gem Knight. Which is not FTK. Because the burn damage is halved to me if you actually use like any of the new cards, I think. Activate one of these effects. And yeah, they added a gem, which means I take half effect damage, so you would need to do 16,000. And unless you're looping something like Flare Metal Beals, and that isn't happening. But what might be happening is some very intense disruption. Okay, that was a dark. I think we just banish it. Oh, that's a light. I want to get rid of this. They don't currently control one, and it keeps it out there. We now have a 2500 beat stick on the field. It means we can't use Kashtira Ogre, but I think that's a fine price to pay. Oh, it shuffles from banishment. Huh. Does that accomplish nothing? Because they would have, and they just put the same two back. And they now control the fusion, so this one would be live anyway. I guess I put the monster on field at the right time. It just doesn't do a lot. 2 4s, 2 5s. 1 2 4s was right. Are we doing Nemesis things? No, but we are doing Canine things. The 2 5s was a relevant mention. Everything is apparently a starter for Canine. Believe it or not, your pet deck starts Canine combos. I'm sure you could find a way to make, like, Ogdoadic link into Canine, Canine if you tried hard enough. I'm sure you could probably make Glad Beasts like link into K9 somehow. I mean, Ash shouldn't link into K9 because, you know, just Dark Pyros, right? But it's a bit unfair to say anything that can Small World Bridge, because any deck can play Small World. Like, one of these guys is water, right? Or am I mistaking that? No, you're all Dark and Earth. 1,000, 200, 19, 16, 19. Yeah, maybe Kashtira Ogre can't Small World Bridge. Damn. My one monster. It's gonna hurt so bad. Sprint. I could just look up the cards related to K9. Yeah, I don't think you can quite bridge Kashtira Ogre to a K9 card. At least not Kashtira Ogre as the middle card. And you're continuing to set up Gem Knight plays by the looks of it. Oh, Xyz for Gigantic. Although it'd be a bit late for, like, the anti-nib, you know? Oh, I did activate a card effect in the hand. It feels like a time ago. Alright. Buckamoon, in-hand negate. Are you making Baron on top of all this? I think they're making... No, you're sending Ava. You're getting Heralds. You're getting Heralds. Huh. Then make Elf. And what Elf do? Elf just exists. Fiendish. Fiendish ain't a bad one. I mean, they just Buckamoon this, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't. SP. Sure. If you want to banish it until the next turn, that's fine by me. I'm not really using it to break, I'm just seeing if I can cut off any follow-up for turn 3. Which I don't think they need me to even mildly attempt, but, you know. I mean, that's pretty miserable for the top 2. I guess I have to cut them off a Gem Knight fusion, you know. Activate Generator boss stage. Get heralded, idiot. No. Okay. Normal summon Lopter. And do I bother with battle? I think I just go to end phase. I think Lopter's getting hit by Buckamoon anyway. Ah, no, they're just going to destroy a card. Unfortunate, is what is. Let's see what they actually end up hitting. Because I don't think they have to hit the boss stage. The Herald they added to hand, I believe, stops it. Yeah, there goes Lopter. No, I'm not continuing the main phase. Surprise, surprise. I get Ogre back, which is something. Boss stage. Ash Blossom. That's okay. We're just gonna use the Ogre here. There's a Herald. Okay. So we wait. We got 2 traps, so they're not the most meaningful, but they are traps, you know. I feel like we target the SP with the Fiendish Chain. That feels like that's the correct option. Do you have Hollow Claw? He is right there. When an opponent activates a card or effect while you control the Gem Knight Fusion, quick effect banish 3 Gem Knight cards, including this. Oh wait. Yeah, they have 3 Gem Knights, right? Right, so let's go attempt to negate this one then. I can't target the SP. Why can't I target the SP? Oh, I can't target cards that Sprite Elf points to. Okay. Neat. What are we thinking? Well, first of all, Link is same type. What are you? You're a Thunder. Xyz is same rank, same level as rank. I don't have a 9. Fusion is same attribute. I guess we do the fusion. But yeah, they do that. And that will do it. Okay. Is what it is. Next game. Surprised that we're actually still 1 ahead. I know we haven't dueled that many times in Diamond, but, like, still. You get to choose. Let's go. And that's... I mean, there's worse hands. So I believe we start with this. Yeah, I mean, you're in Diamond. If you had a C or Charmy or anything, use it after, you know, Lopter does his thing. Yeah. Which is fine. Because all we're doing is grabbing 1 body from the deck. It's not a huge amount. You get 1 back from the grave. You get Lopter, which basically means we've created a body for free. We've got Yugioh, we've got MST, and we've got a Monster Steel. Versus an unknown deck when, at the end of the day, versus Branded. send this one. If this card is in your hand or grave, you can send normal special summon, send, or a card that mentions it. Sends for cost, by the way, for this one. That's crazy. Right, yeah, okay, I think we have to wait for that. See what they actually end up doing. So it's Medius and Albaz for Lubellion. By shuffling Field, Graveyard, and or Face-Up Banished. Okay, so I think what we have to do is steal this, because then they don't have a fusion summon. They might have targets, but they don't have a fusion monster on the field. And we get that. And then we can actually sack off their Lubellion with the Goldrake, which is pretty neat. They still get the effect, but they can't go for the same target. Right. Oh, I guess they aren't fusion summoning, by the looks of it. Either that, or they're really kind of trying to make up their mind. Temporarily missed the fact that the glowing one was still in the center. Oh? You target, don't you, actually? Happens. Why don't we do Tribute off Power? I don't really know what I'm... Okay. I didn't really know what I was going for, but it does eat the Ash Blossom, so I guess there's that. We take those. The fact that you can't target this is really just icing on the cake, isn't it? Yeah. We've got MST, we've got a targeting banish. I don't know why it's a targeting banish, honestly. I don't think Goldrake would be that much more broken if it just didn't target. Because you're talking about one of those summoned monsters. I really should have just destroyed this, right? Does that need to be on the field for anything? I'm a little confused at why you needed the field spell. Sure, you get your dragon back. Enjoy. This guy can't attack anyway. Right, okay, now it's time to read. So... yeah, I think we do just get rid of it. On the off chance that it's the second one. Because allowing it to be destroyed by card effects would be a real big deal. Although, just destroying this before they use it would have been better. in case, they were probably getting to that anyway, so it's better that they have the field spell in the graveyard now, is it? Trap card. Right, so they can clear the 2 monsters I've got on field and then hit me for 21. This still can't attack, so there's that. But it is, yeah, 500 over, 300 over, 21 direct. And we have a pretty bad card in hand at the moment. But we could top back a generator name, you never know. They decided to not set the trap. Interesting. Assault Synchron. We don't have a 6, do we? No, we don't. Well, that's the end of the game. We tried. It was not good enough. On with the next one. This is kind of more what I was expecting. I think we had about a 50-50 win rate before that duel. We get to go first. We've been really lucky with the coin tosses in Diamond so far. Which is no small thing. Ooh, alright. I like this. So, special. Normal for a search. Search goes through. Chalice. So they could have Imperm, they could have Veiler, they could have Ash. Okay, it's Ash. Specifically Ash Blossom. Alright. We take those, I guess. What's the opponent doing? I mean, I presume it was Ash Blossom. There is only Ash Blossom and Max C, and Imperm. Although all 3 of those were just valid activations, and yeah, time to update the Winds and Diamond counter. Sweet. And yeah, okay, we have enough legacy tickets. Let's open some legacy tickets. And okay, an equip spell. Special summon for fairies, but it requires we control a level 1 fairy, and the rest of those aren't particularly worth it. Surprise, surprise. There are some low rarity cards in the Legacy pack that are kind of, you know, actually worth playing, but there's a far greater number that are just, like, completely not. Double Wild. I can't remember what support this is. Type level 5 or lower you control, add a level 10 with the same type, discard 1 special. Tistina. I think that's what was talked about when that was revealed. And the rest of these aren't going to make anyone talk about anything. I think we already have all the copies we need of Mad Marcus. Not that we're going to be able to play Valance, because both the field spells are ultra rares and you need, like, multiples, really. It's about as bad as, well, it's better than Dream Mirror, but, like, not by much. Dull Happiness, but that's not the card we need to finish that off. And nor are any of those the cards we need. That's so close. That does give us a Traptrix extra deck monster, which is well worth using. And yeah, we have whole normal traps, so the rank 4 deck got a little bit better. It's not Reader anymore, it's Traptrix Rafflesia. And we have a number of Traptrix cards anyway. So let's have a quick look at what we do have. Not that it's going to be one of the decks we play next, I think, but 'tis an option. Okay, that is our third copy. Yeah, that's our fifth. Demeto or Box of Friends. Right, so we have 2 Demeto, we have 1 Box of Friends, but we don't have, like, the, well, you just need normal monsters with 0 attack or defense. But we don't have Princess Cologne, who's actually pretty good for the deck. We actually have a Grandpa Demeto or a Box of Friends. So we have While You Control, and once per turn. Okay. Detach Trumpet. Okay, so you need to make Princess Cologne first. If destroyed and sent to the grave. Right. So we actually do need the doll monsters, because the idea is that you add Box of Friends with this, summon the Box of Friends, destroy the Box of Friends with this to send this, then Special 2, which gives you a rank 4. It does just give you... Actually, this is a starter for, like... Yeah, this allows us to do Trap Tricks things then. It's really bad, but it does allow us to do Trap Tricks things. Eats up the normal summon. It's a level 1 light machine, which means the, what is it? We have a card in Cosmo that actually helps that out. I can't remember its name, but it's the level 3 that allows you to special summon machines and psychics from your hand, and Cyberse. It's like that Tri-type support card. Because that, in theory, could bring out the Box Friends plus 1 card. Anyway, we're going first. See what we can do. As far as it going first hand, it is not the best, but it'll do. Because this gets us Chalice, and then we have Impulse, we have Chalice, and we have Lopter for Valor, or for a Nidhogg, or something like that. Or Witch for Lopter, for Valor, or Nidhogg, or possibly even Malvar. They control their monsters. What if that's their 1 starter? Doesn't lock us from any effects because we set it to the field first. Sure. We'll do this before that happens, because that means we get a target out of the deck, and they can't draw into Ash Blossom for it. Neither player takes any damage, but we'll put Lopter in defense anyway. Olenoids. It's a draw. So that's just going to happen anyway. Mirage Dragon was banished. That's kind of like the one thing. Seeing this banish wasn't too bad, but that plus the Mirage is kind of awful. So they are playing Sky Striker Runic, in which case I think I do want to tribute this off. And that goes through, and I think I just want to get Nidhogg. We negate a summon, and the negate of a summon wouldn't trigger Ray. Did we take out? We didn't take it out, did we? No, it's currently in the deck still. Oh, and they have... Yeah, okay, right. What did they add as well? Oh no, they drew a different card. Pardon me. So yeah, they can take control of it until the end phase, which means I guess they can make a Link 2 out of it. That's gotta be the plan. Or maybe a link 3. I guess we'll get a draw. One draw is one draw, right? Neither player's taking any damage anyway, so... And that goes through into their turn. I do need to remember that. Yeah, link it off. Make Camellia. Presumably you're going to link the Camellia off. Yeah. 0. Add a Sky Striker spell, so Lemnis Gate, I would presume. Nope, engage. Engage for Lemnis Gate. It's always engage. You know, you just think like, oh, it's going to be this card. But then you kind of just forget that they just get the card that gets that card plus a card anyway. And yeah. So that gets them the Runic Field spell. You get the top card of the deck banished. It is boss stage, which would have been a little handy. Runic Fountain. Yeah, I'm not taking any damage this turn anyway. One of those Widow Anchor. Don't know what the other one is. They don't seemingly have Lemnis Gate. You've got options. As do I, so I'm going to do this to force out the anchor. Because returning your card to the extra deck does not trigger raid. Yeah, you can take control of it. It's fine. Yeah, but it's slightly the wrong zone for me. Also... Oh, it's if you activate a Runic Quick Play spell specifically, you can do the Recycle effect. Yep, of course. Of course. So yeah, add the Spell Trap Destruction one, destroy one of my spell traps, destroy another one of the spell traps, give me my monster back, but at that point it doesn't matter. Nope, it's Runic Allure. There goes a Condemned Maiden, not too bad. 1. 2. How do you just hit Olenoids? How? It's like the one-off. I mean, these are both one-offs, but like, it's the one spell trap destruction. These are both monster effects. And of course they're doing it all in end phase, so I can't even normal summon and try and do anything. And you get 3 cards back to your hand. They can't use the Sky Strike spells, but any Runic spells are fair game at present, and, you know, the Sky Strike spells are 1 Link monster away. A little rough at the moment, honestly. Yep. The only plus side is I can get back Olenoids at the moment. But even then, I'll have to time that carefully. Link 2. Because you tribute for cost, don't you? Let's do it this way. I mean, that's the only way I can do it. Because Nightmare can actually still negate the second part of this. Which means I maintain the, okay. In your graveyard. That's fine. This still gets negated, its attack is halved, and I maintain my Lost Wind. Well, unless you want to shuffle the Lost Wind now that it's activated back into the deck, it's completely fine. One card on the field. It's not opponent's card. You can use it to dodge out of... okay. Absolute ass. And their battle phase is skipped, but I'm not sure how much that matters. I need to be able to get Olenoids on the field, plus this, and I mean, I don't think that just solos, not by a long shot. Can't be destroyed or banished, but that's it. Like, their attack can be reduced, they can be changed to defense position, they can be stopped attacking, they can have their effects negated, they can be stolen with Widow Anchor. We'll take a look at the top deck, but I think we gotta know when to fold them. It does feel like it's folding. Set 1, 2, 3, 4. And then probably hold a couple of runic spells in hand. You're not going to be on any traps. I can set these two, but that's about it. Set 1. Set 2. Pass turn. Yeah, you've just got enough. It's not a fun deck. I don't particularly like the way the Sky Striker plays with, like, the new support. But, I just hate Runic more. You paired it with Runic and that immediately makes it less interesting. Most interesting Runic deck I've seen is Runic Spellbook. Which, aside from Jowgen being in the deck, was like, you know, that's pretty interactive, that's pretty fun. Oh, I like that. That's not a bad opening. So, we special Ogre. Lost Stage, Lost Wind and Floodgate. Right. Now, our initial summon doesn't actually lose to Nibiru because we already have a monster on the field. So I'm gonna go for Lopter. And it goes through. So yeah, I'm going for Lopter. Imperm on the Lopter. Okay. Does stop it, just because it tributes itself, that doesn't mean anything. The thing is, they would have also impermed Har in this case, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything on that, so that's fine. We do still have a Floodgate, which this is definitely the Floodgate target, because now it just stays there until I kill it. You can't use it as link material. You won't be tribute summoning using it, because that's who else actually plays Imperial Dragon. Purge, Perm, Anubis, Anubis, Purge. So it's Man, which means I think we just start getting rid of Anubis. Like, we start taking out the archetypal cards one at a time. Get Labradorite Dragon, because that's just how this goes. Well, get Drill Beam. Temple of the Kings. Activate one trap the turn it was set. Are you going to activate one trap the turn it was set? Because it doesn't currently look like it. It is Labradorite Dragon. Now Drill Beam is live, but Drill Beam does have to be one of those set cards. This has a stupid high win rate. End phase. Tokens disappear. Lopter regains its effects, loses them, because, you know, turn change. Condemned Witch. That's pretty good. So we're going to normal summon Condemned Witch to start things off. That's a Solemn, because I don't even get a chance to use the effect. Anyway, effect. That goes through, so we get ourselves a Chalice. And we're going to tribute out Lopter. Impulse. It's okay. We do have a Trap and Brave, but that's not really the difference maker there. So you do have monster on the field that you can use for Labrador, for the Drill Beam. But that's fine. If you want to Drill Beam this, you Drill Beam. Yeah. That's okay. I want to leave this on the field because they can't do anything with it. If I put it in the graveyard, they can get it back, I believe. I wish to read. Tribute this during your standby phase, field or grave, yeah. Okay, now in this case we get Har first. I don't know what the last card is, but we have access to Lopter anyway. Chalice. So, monster negate, omni negate, Lopter for probably Utgarda in this scenario. They're thinking. I don't know what they are thinking so long on. Anguish Pattern. That's okay. So we do this now. Get Lopter. And I believe we just want the Chalice. We target this. Its effects are negated, it goes back to the back rooms. That is not how it works, apparently. That's fine. And they concede there, yeah. We've just got everything online that we need to. The statue is back, negated, so we can just banish whatever they summon, or whatever they summon just doesn't matter, because it doesn't pop anything, and we can just start taking apart their resource loop, while keeping our own pretty active, because they haven't dealt with boss stage. Right, oh yeah, that's another win in Diamond, so 5 wins. Which means the solo mode shall progress a little swifter than I imagined, honestly. I know we're in low Diamond, and apparently you can't D-rank from here, so it's, where we're going to pick up wins, but it's still surprising to me. Another Subterra, that's neat. And Earth Machine. Target an Earth Machine XE's an attack on once your opponent controls, change to defense, destroy that. Type 1 defense and a spell trap, change that, destroy that. It's not a hard once, but it is a regular trap. Not a bad card. And the Secure Gardener is a good card, but I think we already had one of those. Right. Code Symphonic Warrior for the General Probe, but I think we're going to take a lot of cards to make that playable. If you control the Rescue Ace, stop reading. If you control no monsters or only pendulums, so it becomes scale 1 or scale 8 depending on what you need in a pendulum deck. So yeah, not particularly impactful pulls, but they don't have to be. We're doing fine. How's our proficiency thing coming along? We gotta be close to actually doing it now. 16. It is getting kind of close, actually. I only need to do Chainlink 4 more times, and we get, the max proficiency. I do kind of wish they'd add more, because the tests are kind of fun. They're also, ruling, actual ruling questions, which sometimes you're just not going to come up against in-game, and so knowing them is kind of just, funny. It's neat. It's useful on occasion. Bless me. Right, I like the hand. So we start with this. And we pitch Nidhogg. Okay. Then we get a monster. We get a Nidhogg. Cool. I got 60 cards. Ash Blossom. Of course you would draw the Ash Blossom in 60. I would be a complete idiot for thinking that you wouldn't, Well, okay, we got a Summon Negate, we got MST, we got a Counter Trap. Send this, place True Light. Okay. This is one of those rare instances where we just, MST True Light and they cry. This is okay. It gives them follow-up, but, they were going to do that anyway. Okay. Light Truna and Spell Trap. Actually, I probably should have counter-trapped that, honestly. But it's fine. They're getting Raw, and they're getting Sage. So do you do Raw first, or do you do Sage? You do Branded Regained first. Okay. Normal. At a level 1 Light Tuner. I think we stop this one. Sure, it means Valor goes, but I feel like that's just worth it. Negate, destroy. Now they have exactly Raw, and it's just gonna die. we wait. Best believe we wait. You haven't used this effect yet, have you? So are you going to? Right, okay, they are going to. Well, is what it is. They can do that, which is annoying. It's probably the destruction one, right? Yeah. That resolves. They get themselves the targeting protection, but then the field dies because, yeah. So you have this for next turn. Alpha. It's not a lot, but it's a 2100 beat. They also can't do anything from Grave at this time. They are just stuck on, they have to use this to out the boss stage. And by extension, I guess Nidhogg, because you just don't want it to resolve, right? I think we leave. Because they're on 60, I expect they have 3. Oh. Just the one. Alright. And that will just do it. That is the end of the game unless you have an Ash Blossom. Yep, okay, cool. Another win. Wins in Diamond. 6. I feel very happy for being able to do this. 60 card Blue Eyes, and you were playing 1 Blue Eyes. No, you revealed 1 Blue Eyes. You can reveal them from... it has to be in circulation. I'm getting this confused with Kyberman the Legend. Which, on the plus side, I'm very happy I didn't see that. A little surprised that they aren't running it. But we got 4 whole Legacy tickets now. And so, let's see what we can get. We've got Battle Break, so Bad Battle Fader. Yeah, very bad Battle Fader. XYZ support. Which is different to, XZ's. Fundamentally different. Nope. That doesn't seem worth it. Attacking card can't, if this card attacks after damage calc, like, the only thing you'd really do is, like, do this with Moon Mirror, so that you clear monsters and just, like, hit them really hard. Either that or you do it with Power of the Guardian, so it just doesn't die. Speaking of things to combo with Moon Mirror, I guess. I've never seen Rod of the Mind's Eye. Or if I have, I don't remember it. I do remember Temple, which makes any battle damage a player takes 1,000. Right. Night Pasha that we already have, Battery Man, Snowdust Dragon, which is ice counters, and that's as far as you can stop reading. You do need multiples of Matrix to do anything, so that's not the worst. But I don't think we really have Thunder Dragons in any capacity. Okay, and it looks like an entire dupes pack. It's nice to get the 3rd one, I guess. But we do apparently need the normal doll monsters, which surprises me, honestly. Because it's the and if you do send. which means that we kind of need to be able to do it. So it's either that we get more copies, or we find a way to recycle the one copy we already have, which I don't think is particularly likely. 0 with Sidra. And we are going second. Okay, we are going first, so it probably is Sidra. I mean, I don't mind the hand. So we do this, and if they hit with Ash Blossom, then, you know, that sucks. But if they don't hit with Ash Blossom, then we just put the Cerulean back. They didn't hit it with Ash Blossom. So let's get this and search for Chalice. And that goes through, so we get ourselves a copy of Chalice. Which means we have Bestial, we have 2 copies of Chalice, and we have a Cosmic. And we have probably... I'm trying to think. Because it would be ideal to have Utgarda, but I don't think we can really do that. I think our best is just getting to Nidhogg. Into the Void. Sure. We didn't have Ash before, so... Okay. So we get Lopter. Draw 1. Now, into the Void again. So it's got to be deep draw, right? Like, that's the idea here. I don't think they have a monster in hand, but what if you do have a monster in hand? What if you're trying to draw into a monster? I'm just curious. They have a monster. It's Tempai. Well, that seems like it was a good thing to do then. Upstart Goblin. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. This... oh, they drew it, right. But you should still probably just, like, that's not gonna do anything, but that's fine. Like, you still probably should have just normal summoned this and then Spectrum deck, but, you know, that does the whole thing that you're trying to do. Yeah, anyway. No. You saw me search one. Like, you knew I had one. They should have known I had one anyway. By 1. Yeah, that's fine. But they didn't do it in the battle phase, so it's just add. Which means it's probably going to be Genroku. No, it is Chandra. I mean, they can still just regularly Synchro Summon. So I think we leave that. I'm not sure how dangerous it is to not. Tuna, Dragon, so they can just Synchro on this board. Yeah, we do it then. Which means they have to Synchro now. Fewer attacks to get in. There's Biden. You can get that back. It's okay, it kind of has to be. You can now Synchro 10 if you want to. Yeah, they're not doing it. Unfortunate. We're trying our best out here. I don't know what more you want me to do. Like, there wasn't a reason to get Nidhogg. It's going to cost me 1,000, but it's going to be worth it. Bye. No, you don't take battle damage, right? You do just quick effect Synchro. Because, yeah, you're going to attack him with these, you're going to take no damage. Then you're going to Synchro 10, change it to attack position, attack him with the Synchro 10. 3 more attacks could have been declared special it. And its previous effect only once per turn. Right, so they won't be able to special summon after that, but they will be able to clear in with a 26. Yep, there's Transcendent. Can I activate cast effects during the battle phase? Change all to attack. Oh, they're also going to... Okay, so they're going to hit him for 56. Yeah, that's the third attack. Crash. Attack. Chain. 56 is a lot. What can I get? A normal summon. I can get a normal summon, Assault Synchron, Destrudo, a Cash Tira, no, I mean, it needs to be pretty impactful, so I think it's gotta be, like, a Rochi. Yeah, you're looking at, like, excuse you. Okay. We'll do this now. So, you know, if you want to put it back in my hand, that's fine. But if you don't want to do it now, then you've got to do it next turn. Send the rest of the hand. Pretty good. You're gonna do it. Okay. And... oh, this doesn't have a battle phase effect. You got, like, the one without a battle phase effect. And we top deck boss stage, so we win. GG, easy. If you can stop the boss stage, you don't have anything for the battle phase. If you can stop this fight here, you don't have anything to, like, just stop what I'm doing. And by what I'm doing, I mean just, like, next turn, you know? You can trade out for this, but it doesn't leave you any better off, anyway. You've got one card, and I've got one on the negate. I think that kind of covers it. The thing is, I do have to declare 3 attacks, but I could also just play around that by just attacking twice per turn. Anyway, that was Tempai for you. Yeah, they're playing owls. I'm playing, what's it? I'm just never going to remember its name, am I? Perulia. They're not playing Perulia, but they are playing Meows. 1 of Lightning Storm, 1 of Tack. 2 of, Thrust. These ratios feel weird. Like, this needs to be a 3 of, surely. Because it is just a starter. As is this. Like, the upstart goblins should just be replaced by, you know, Genroku. And probably an extra copy of this. Or maybe even an extra copy of this, you know. Weird deck building. Maybe just short on points, I don't know. Like, a deck that has reason to play Upstart is a deep draw deck, Sky Striker specifically for the 3 spells thing. Even then it plays into Troll and Lock, so maybe you don't. And a deck that wants to give your opponent a higher life point value, because you're going to use that to your advantage. Tempo doesn't really use it to their advantage, they can just OTK through it anyway. And none of those cards are really it. But what about these packs? Did I update? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but oh well. That is a pretty good card. That's not a bad link for. I like Zeraboros better because it banishes the field. And it gets rid of, like, spell traps, which I'm kind of short on removal for that. But that is pretty damn good. Oh, a Ninjutsu Art of Duplication. Tribute a ninja, special summon any number of ninja whose combined levels are less than or equal to. That's pretty good. Okay, we got 1 more pack. And we have a whole lot of duplicates, as you'd kind of expect at this point. I mean, I don't know why we're getting so many duplicates. We still don't have, like, half the card pool. It's not a bad card, but it is an S-Force card, which immediately, you know, it's worse than a lot of the card pool. I mean, you can't see your cards out of, you know, however many. It just tells you the actual, like, quantities of each. But, like, in terms of ends, you can already see that we're still, like, missing some. Like, you know, you scroll down and you see that there are just a lot of ones which are slightly greyed out. We have the rest of this card pool. And the thing is, like, not a lot of them are, like, fantastic. But there's some which could be, like, you know, actually genuinely useful. But instead you're getting your 15th copy of, I don't know, Worm Tentacles, you know? Dark Lord Asmodeus, copy number 5. Like, Drac Titano. But you could be getting something like, I don't know, they're a good normal and rares. What do we got that's good normal or rare? I say looking for one right now that's, like, greyed out at the moment, because, like, all the ones that we do have, like, you know, we have them anyway. What's good, normal, or rare? Come on. I'm struggling to find a normal that we don't have that's kind of, like, decent. I mean, at the bare minimum, like, Azathoth, Special Summon Shuffle. I don't really know. Maybe we have got the good normal and rares. Either that or they're just so drastically far down this list. Is this in kind of like release order, does anyone know? Sort of like time period? Actually, wait, no, it can't be. I'm pretty sure we've been passing like Cyberse cards, haven't we? And this is not Cyberse era. I guess we could, yeah, we could be getting artifacts, you know, because that's definitely there you go. Like, we could be getting extra copies of, like, Beast or Squamata. But no, we've got, like, 15 copies of a Yangzing monster. We could be getting more Burning Abyss names, more, you know, Infernoid names. Because, yeah, there are Infernoids that we don't have. Other vassals. Picking up extra copies of Singing Lanius for the Xyz deck. Picking up Psyframes. Actually, that's a thing. I'm pretty sure the Psyframe driver is pretty low rarity, but we don't have any of him. We could be picking up the missing Cubics, so that we could actually play, like, Seed into going it through this line. Because at the moment we have, like, the 4, maybe the 4 from this, and we have, like, the 1 and or the 2 and the 2, but we don't have either 3, so that line is just, you know, non-existent. We could be getting the remaining Flower Guardians. We're still, yeah, it's just, like, a lot of things, right? Other Mech Knights. You know, Yellow Star isn't all that bad either. Okay, that's like the normals. What about the rares? Are we missing a lot of those? I mean, that does feel like more is grayed out. Here, puss. Puss cat. I have a toy to make the cat come to me, but where did I leave it? Ah, this is a bit. There we go, take a look at that. These are all rares. Although, granted, a couple of them are kinda recent. Let's see if the cat can, you know. Can I persuade the cat to come over here? I can persuade the cat to come over here. Just for a minute. Oh well. Cat has to go away. Doesn't have to, but feels like they have to. I don't know. Unknown objectives. There you go. It already feels like there's actually a good chunk of the rares that we're missing, like, over the commons, which does make sense. And it's good to see that. Suijin. Gate Guardian copy number 5. It does kind of, like, hurt a little bit to see these ones that you do just have 5 of while you're looking, like, just next to it, and there's a card that's just better. Express Roid, you know. Wow, it adds 2 Roids from graveyard to hand, or we could have something that would have been, like, mildly playable. Mildly playable. You know? Something that makes tribute summoning easier. No, you need to get it on the field first. I guess we got the best Wicked monster. Don't have Wolf, where we could have that for, like, you know, like Swampile. About Immortals, we could be having Scary Moth. We've managed to get Vanity's Rule, or Vanity's Fiend, before Scary Moth. Just, let that sink in, you know? What about Supers? Yeah, okay, Supers is looking pretty barren. And it is a lot of good cards. Jazzpuss, come on. Like, what? Like, you got a generic, yeah, generic Link 3 with a potential negate effect. Yeah. Helps with OTKs and everything. You've got something that helps with, you know, just getting over monsters. good for, I mean, pretty much cleave, but you know, 2 very generic good pieces of removal. Not too bad. Security Dragon, Cyberse Extension, OTK Tool, good end piece, combo maker, you know. I think that also kind of makes the deck work. That's not bad. That's a combo maker. The good old Link 1 for super heavy. Yeah, you take a look at like the super rares and it does feel like they're a lot better on average. Imagine that, higher rarity card, more good. And we are missing a lot more of them. There's so many zeros. Yes. And next to no URs, right? Yeah. Of course, there are a decent amount of each card that's just kind of new. Or at least newish. New enough. Right, 1 win and we actually rank up in Diamond, huh? I mean, if we do, that's neat. Okay, we lose the coin toss. And the opponent is choosing. We are going second. Okay, so we've gotten possibly an interrupt. Don't really know until we see what the deck is. Normal summon Ash Blossom. Maganko. Alright. I guess if they're normal summoning Ash Blossom, they have another one, or this is the only way they can actually get started. One of those 2 statements is true. This is new, isn't it? Yep. At least I think it is. If we look at this one's like one of the older cards. Yeah, right, that's the older one. These 3 are original. That's new, that's new, that's new. I don't know which of these are new. Metal Silver. So I have to target this. I can't target. Right, so yeah, this just isn't working. Do I know what the set card is? Maganko Promise. Special summon the Maganko, then you equip. Okay. Condemned Witch. I don't know what else I can really do at this point. Ash Blossom. Well, I can take control of the monster that I have. So I have to target this, but I can't target this. Which is, you know, all good and fun. Ah. Are you gonna steal my monster? They might. During your opponent's turn, while this card is an equipped monster. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna just draw 2 cards. We'll see how we go from there. Yeah, it's not exactly great. Well, it's only 100 points of damage. You do remember it's until the end phase. Or did you just want to use it? I guess they just wanted to use it. Can't target, can't target. Need them to clear the Metal Silver, I think. Yeah, I think I just need them to clear the Metal Silver or control... Oh no, it's just body control and equip. So I need them to get rid of Hooli. No wonder it's a ultra rare. It's like the one thing that they had going for them. Like, they were vulnerable to targeting most of the time. So they have bounced that. Can't be destroyed by card effects. I guess what I'm gonna do is take this one, right? And we're gonna negate this one's effects. I'm not sure we tag this out, honestly. Here we go. What's our extra deck like? Right. Coolly. I can no longer target them again. Rank 3. This special summon down and equip, cannot be destroyed if this card attacks. So yeah, I'm going to take any battle damage. This only has 100, this has 0. If this card is not equipped with an equipped card, you take no battle damage. If this card is equipped with an equipped card, it cannot be destroyed. Okay? I mean, this still can't be destroyed. Its activated effects are negated, its continuous effects are not, and you control an equipped card. So, the battle damage reflects once, which means I think I just die here, right? Because theirs takes priority? I'm not sure. Okay. No, we live. Apparently we live. And yeah, you're gonna bounce this back to the hand, alright. Are you not normal summoned? What you got left? So you can special summon that, which I think I've got to let that go through. And that effect was negated. End of the damage step. Okay, I like this. We are in a very good position actually to win this. So, start off with good old special summon Fenrir, which is most of the game just by itself. It is the game by itself. Apparently they cannot compete with that. That means we actually rank up in Diamond. We have attained a new highest. Look at it. It's beautiful. And it's 150 per rank up. I was wondering if that was just the changeover, but no. Yeah, I guess shop, and let's update the wins in Diamond. We've actually won 8 games. Which is a little bit mental, but hey, I'm not complaining. We get 2 whole master packs, and we get like 8 bits of the solo mode, whatever that poll ends up being. I've stopped mentioning it now because it's actually important. I did it like last stream. I'm not gonna... yeah, not particularly great. But it's alright, that's what the next pack is for. The next pack is for the good cards, right? You see, it's glowing and everything. It's got the animation. Let's never let us down, right? Right. Okay, it is glowing. Flames and... all dupes. Okay. What about the new one? It is new, at least. It is actually an E-hero that has to be fusioned, but... you take what you get sometimes. Including the ever-expanding elemental hero support that doesn't actually make an elemental hero deck. I guess we keep going. Let's keep going in Diamond. See if we can rank up again. I don't think we will, but... Team 3-star! I love the name. I wonder what deck they're going to be playing. What is the most Dragon Ball Z deck? What is the most TFS Abridged deck that you could do? I do like the hand. It's not particularly bad. I mean, Vanquish Soul is like fighters and everything. It's even got a dragon in it, as it's like big guy, right? Senju is like a whole bunch of like martial arts guys. Dual Avatar is martial arts guys. Or maybe it's just aesthetics. Who looks the most like Shenron? In which case you've got a couple ideas. I mean, it's always really called a Power Rangers deck, but you know, sure. Also, I believe that if I don't have anything and they don't mess it up, they do just make Magnus. Which will be a little difficult. Oh right, it does require like a little bit of Gamba. But you just pick 3 differents and basically it gives you whatever you want all the time because, you know, you pick 3 different names. So you can make a legit rank 7, which means you can cheat out the other 2 and you've got a pretty good Magnus. How do I clear Magnus? He has a once per turn shuffle. So I've got to kind of make him think that something is a threat. Get him to shuffle away that. Because, you know, surprise, surprise, nothing I have is immune to shuffling. And I don't think it targets either. It is, yeah, non-target shuffle. Ooh, I think 7th Tachyon is going to be dead in hand, actually. That's another thing. Sorry for the loud sounds, just retrieving my phone. Yep, there's the legitimate rank 7. One of these effects it controls Super Quant, Special, or Super Quant. And you can special summon a wind, water, or fire. I guess they could summon the dark as well, but there was not really a point because you already put it back on the field. Oh, although I forgot about that one. Yeah, you do have this thing, which, I don't know, does everything. It controls Super Quant. Okay, so you can make a legitimate rank 3 as well, if you wanted to. Tribute, send, special. So you send green, and then you special, I guess you special green, and special Quant from hand. You need to get to the field spell. Unless they're not actually doing, like, that kind of Super Quant play. If special summoned, you can use this as the material. Okay. So they're close. They just need to get to the field spell. Ah, there we go. That gets it, right? That's the name of the field spell. Yeah. And you have Alphen in the grave. That was like the first play you did. Yeah. So they now have a Magnus on board. Because you just need to banish to get the field spell. Activate the field spell, target this, make the rank 3, and then da-da-da-da-da. You've got Magnus. Issue is, I'm probably not going to be able to out it. I can summon the Ogre. I won't be able to use 7th Tachyon because it's going to have like 7... No, it's going to have 8 materials. And 6 plus is Mistake. Not as in card design, but just like the card name, Mistake. And that means I would need to draw into another generator name. And I don't think I can get, like, the required materials, like, honestly. Magnus is 36. I would need... I think I'd need to get to, like, Zereboros uninterrupted, and then boost it with, like, Chalice, at which point they just shuffle the Zereboros. Or, I would need to be able to get to, what is this? Goganzaka. My level's 12 super heavy, but of course you do have cards in hand, and that probably translates to back row. I think there's one card which does it. That's not the card. Beckelflamen. What I was thinking would do it is, in theory, you draw Mirage Dragon, so you summon Ogre, normal summon the Mirage Dragon, you target the Consul Fairy, and then you Synchro for 12. But, yeah, of course, it's not happening, is it? So, we go to end phase, I guess. You, if you feel like it, can, oh, it's the end phase, you can't do it now. Neat. Maybe they don't need to. If you control a Super Quan set. Oh no, there's just summoning a Super Quan. You could have done the trap, but I don't know what the traps do. I swear I watched Joe's, ladder climb. Target with the Super Quan Xyz, equip this to it, but it's unaffected, so that wouldn't actually do anything. Like, Magnus is just unaffected by your own cards as well. Oh no, except Super Quants. Okay, so you could have, like, got this from the deck, but if the other one's just that card, then you win anyway. And they're playing K9 as well. Huh. Sure. I mean, I don't think I even remotely come close to winning this. Now I've banished one of the top 5 cards of your deck. Be careful. It's a very threatening R. Zuna, Ash, Noi, Golden Bell. I mean, sure you just, like, take out the next bit of engine. Just in case they have a card draw. I mean, I think the rank 5 actually just searches it anyway. Also, they did just kind of have game because this is unaffected, so all you need to do is set the trap, do the thing, and make it attack 3 times. Bob's your uncle. I guess I can Lost Wind that. No. Yeah, I do have Lost Wind. I mean, do you reckon they are actually playing the Super Quant traps then? Because I'm not sure they are. I think if they were, they would have just won the game to this point, actually set it, used it, and there you go. Thing is, I can't really do much that's that great. This can tag out for Lopter. Lopter can try to tag out for Valor to get Lopter back, but they just shuffle something into the deck. So yeah, we're going to do it, because we want a deck thing. We want to see if we can get to something that, kind of matters. Well, we tried. Unfortunately, Valor is an in-hand effect, which means we would probably have to clear Jax prior to doing anything, which means we can't clear the Magnus ever. Because this is not making it out of this turn alive. I could Chalice it early, and then do the Valor, But that is assuming I draw a generator. And even then, but if this card is in the hand... No, okay, you don't have any canine cards that actually do that, at least none on field or in grave at the moment. But you do have Zeus. Lost Wind! Return to me! Okay, I get my Lost Wind back. That's neat. I definitely don't out whatever they're doing. But I haven't used Magnus to spin anything, which is really weird. Yeah, that's not doing it. You gotta know when to fold them. Super Quants with an 8 material Magnus is folding time. Unless you have a Kaiju. In which case, they probably just surrender. Oh, I got WhatsApp messages. I should probably check that. And, oh, they're not having a particularly good time. Oh well, they might have a good time against us. That's not great. Oh, we're going first, apparently. Neat. Normal summon and search for a chalice. Search for a chalice works. Set 1. Set 2. Set 3. Set 4. Right, I believe what we want to do is we want to play Metaverse in the draw phase. No. We want to play boss fight in the draw. Because the opponent sees Ash, then they just do it. Red Reboot. One of my other traps? Metaverse. Chalice. Iron Thunder. But I don't get the field spell if I don't get Metaverse up. I think that... I think I have to do it. I don't like it. It sucks that they've activated it. That's the thing. I feel like I cannot put my monsters in the correct column. Ever. Right. Generate a field spell. Take me home. My internet dipping out? No. Okay, and it goes through. I don't currently... Yeah, I don't really currently have anything, so if they have Nib, they have Nib. Main phase. Heavy Storm, destroy all spell traps. Right, so yeah, we do this. They control a card, so it can't be in them. But it can be... Yeah, it can be that. Come on, man. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Tribute off the lobster? That's just not the play. It's going to be Tenpai, isn't it? It's just actually Tenpai. I feel so. Excuse you. I mean, like, I know this card, but I'm just surprised it's being played. Mobilize, Goblin, Sky Striker, Book, So it is Sky Striker, but like, is it Sky Striker Tenpai? Because you went second, I feel like it's Sky Striker Tenpai. You're playing Red Reboot. I don't feel 5,000 is a particularly tough benchmark for Sky Striker anymore, which is a little unfortunate, honestly. It's really neat to get a grindy control deck whose win con isn't the fact that they can kill you in a turn. But then, of course, the recent waves have just meant that they can actually kill you in a turn. It's, like, not even remotely difficult. So here's Hayate. No, why is it not Hayate? Oh yeah, because you can just get the engage back. You already have it in rotation. And that means you can get the linkage, I guess. +1. Engage can't search engage, right? No. Afterburners. So you destroy the Lopter, because that's the only one that's actually there for the next turn. I thought I had a decent hand. It would have been marginally better if the Condemned Maiden had actually, you know, not been in the same column that they should have chosen. I really need to work out my Iron Fist replacement. I just do. It is Tenpai. Screw you. I know it's supposed to be chill vibes and everything, but just like, you know, who actually enjoys Tenpai? Who thinks it's an interesting, fun, and balanced deck? I don't think anyone. Losing, you'll lose a rank. Oh no, we just got here. Hey, we go in the coin toss, we gotta choose. Right, what do we have as an opener? I mean, it's an opener. Yes, let me send the generator trap to special summon Valor from hand. But no effect. Seems like a good trade. I do have to do this in draw phase, so... Well, I don't have to, but I'm gonna do it in draw phase. I receive the thing my deck revolves around. You receive 1 draw. Fair trade? The thing is, genuinely, anyone worth their salt just would hold it for the field spell, and then just Ash the field spell, or MST the field spell, you know? Sometimes your opponent just draws into the Ash as, like, the extra card. Okay. We've got Chalice, we've got Trap Trick, Trap Hole Nightmare. Let's put Locked on the field. Greedy, maybe. But the thing is, if it's Imperm, then, you know, they were going to Imperm the Har anyway. This gives us a chance to get out something else. It still gives us all the bodies, and we've still got 2 monster negates. 2 on-field monster negates. Very important. Sure. It does target, so we just, you know, do that now. I'm not particularly opposed to having Lopter face down. Right, 6-card hand. It's now on field. But standard deck size, so I am a little confused. Discard, add a Fiendsmith. Yeah, that's okay. Please send 1 monster from your hand or field to the grave. earlier. Fair enough. Had a Light Fiend, discard 1 card. Manage this fusion summon by using monsters from your hand or field. Right, so yeah, I think we do that. 1, 2, negate. Now you have a monster on the field at the moment. Fiendsmith Engraver is in the grave, so... from your deck, okay. Using Havnis, Neff, Amethyst. If sent to the graveyard, fusion summon. So we 100% just banish the what is it? Banish this. If it's kind of normal special summon, you can, yeah, because we can stop that one. So get rid of the Havnis. Then if they do fusion summon, we do have a targeting banish still, because we have a token, we have a monster that can tribute the light or dark. You don't have to tribute her. A Pitch Brilliant Fusion. Okay, to bring itself out, doesn't fusion summon, because you need to place it on the bottom of the deck. And we use this one to stop that, because it clears a body from the field, otherwise they might have rank 4 access. Snow being on the field rather than in the grave is actually really handy at the moment. Well, 2 cards in hand, and you've got enough material for a link to. But I don't know really what that does. Does that make SP? Moon. Yeah, so... Banish. Get out of here. Return all set spell traps. Okay, I can keep my chalice, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Apparently we stay in this a little bit longer. 4 legacy tickets. Right, another win. Wins in diamond. 9. It's very satisfying to just up that number by 1 every so often. Gems are depleting kinda fast. Like, a couple days. I mean, yeah, I think, like, start of the stream, what was it? Yesterday, we had 12k or something. Sure, that's not really going to do anything. Nope, definitely not. Oddly specific. A lot of the cards in the Legacy pack are oddly specific. Like this guy. There is a small group of arc cards which isn't an archetype, it's made up of Moja. Like a kind of Mega Moja, if you will, and Beast Striker. Because of course it is. And yeah, none of those are particularly worth anything. It's a normal smell. Sure. I don't think any of those are doing anything. So what about the Master Pack? The important thing, where everything is. We got an Ultra Rare. It could be Shiny. It could even be Royal Rare. Rush Warrior, which we already have. Perform a power Sky Magician Girl. If you control a continuous spell. Special. If special, send a level 4 lower light spellcaster from deck to grave. It's not a bad card, and it's MST if it leaves the field face up. Interesting. Solid Soldier. We're still missing just like default polymerization. That would really help out for the hero deck. as dumb as it sounds, like just regular poly would be so good. But yeah, of course, we can't actually get a royal rare. Those don't exist. Not for good cards, anyway. I say, with Yazi being the royal rare still in the deck to this day. That's neat. That's okay. Gargoyle Samurai, 2 level 4s, which makes it generic. And it can allow itself to attack twice. Sure. Another super heavy. Dark Magician, which means that we can't make it. And at level 7 or higher, Dragon or Warrior monster. I mean, no, technically we can. We have fusion substitute cards. But, like, we need to draw into them. If we actually had a Dark Magician, we could kind of e-tally it from the deck, because I think we have a fusion deployment. We either have deployment or conscription. And honestly, either would work. It's not bad, because it gives every monster you control piercing. And it also does Flame Wingman's effect. Neat. It cheats out Gaia the Dragon Champion from your extra. No. Doesn't say ignoring summoning conditions, but I think it would cheat it out. Because you don't have to ignore summoning conditions for Gaia the Dragon Champion. It's basically a vanilla monster. What cards do we have that like fusion substitute? We need to look up substitute, I believe, in terms of like the card text. I also need the mouse to stay in a spot. Yeah, that is the card text that you need. We can't use this. Oh, of course, Muddy Mud Dragon can actually be used as a fusion substitute. So either we have the bunch of main deck monsters we can use, or we have Mud Dragon, which is probably better. And you need a level 7 or higher Dragon or Warrior. I mean, you showed, like, the Dark Magician cards. Yeah, these are both gifts. We don't have Magician summons. No. Yes. It summons out. Yeah, you need to summon both, so we'd actually have to have a Dark Magician to get the floating effect off in the first place, which means this wouldn't be worth the inclusion. But it's not a bad fusion monster, I guess, as far as things go. Right. Let's see if we can just, you know, 1 or 2 more. Because why not at this point, you know? We're doing well enough. I think they played the Duelist Cups. We are going second. Alright. Not the end of the world. Gives us some time to just check that we don't, because we do have some Discord notifications floating around. Clear them up. Alright. And what are we looking at? We're looking at a Bestial, we're looking at Impulse, which are not bad cards to draw. Although, I don't think that's going to help us here too much. I mean, I guess it stops that if they declare a normal monster name. I feel like Primate Man has been very common. I guess it does make sense, like the traps are normal monsters. It is to do with Dark Magician. And one of the conditions, reveal a Primate card or 1 normal monster in your hand, or if you control a normal monster or a level 5 or higher Primate, you can activate without revealing. Send this in special. I mean, we can do this. Do you send? No, you keep it in hand. I guess I should have, like, just bestialed it, right? I mean, I'm gonna banish the one from grave. And I really should have just bestialed it. Like, the Dominus would have been better to save for this, probably. Yep. There comes Dragoon. Which marks the end of the duel for me, I do believe. I really hate the ever easier access to Dragoon. Because it just, like... it just keeps getting easier. There really is no other way of putting it. It's just like, you used to, like, oh, you have to play 2 bricks and play Red Eyes Fusion. And, you know, have 2 effect monsters to make Verte. Oh, okay. Well, now you have to, what, summon a spellcaster and activate a... I mean, I can probably look it up. I expect it's going to be in their deck, right? Right, so... yeah, you have to control a level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster and have activated a spell card. And that just gets you Dragoon now. Which is not the biggest of asks. Like, Diabellstar, Dragoon. Plus whatever else you're doing. Like, actually, you know what? So... right, so we do related. So, Diabell plus 1 card. You send to get Diabell to get yourself a... I mean, either that or you just get, like, Wanted, right? Wanted plus a card, you add Diabell. You then summon yourself Diabell by sending the other card. You now control the Dark level 6 higher spellcaster. And this sets you a Sinful Spoils spell trap. Which can be OSS, which means you can do full Snake Eyes like combo on top of yeah, you can do full Snake Eyes combo on top of what you were just doing with the Dark Magician. It's just... yeah, because while it's on the field or in the graveyard, it becomes Dark Magician. It searches, it becomes the... or you get the spell that allows you to fusion summon 4 Dragoon. You then send this with OSS, and then you use the spell, and you've got Dragoon, and you've continued your Snake Eyes plays. It is, like, just as an example, a little bonkers. Alright, this one is a bonus stream, so I think I'm going to put it off in, like, next couple of duels or so, maybe? I want to do other things with the day, believe it or not. I know I wouldn't. Alright, we gotta choose first, and... we get a Traps hand. That's fine. Right, once again, you just gotta think about Iron Thunder. Iron Thunder is in the center column. They're gonna treat it as imperm, which means any monster, any spell will not be activated in Iron Thunder's column, presumably. Got Fiendish Shame, we got Floodgate, which is like, this is a pretty effective hand for like stopping plays, I think. Counter the strongest card, Floodgate something so it's just kind of stuck on the field. I can't let them have that, like, at all. Unfortunately, Floodgate Trapfall is not going to be much use here. Unfortunately, this is a negate activation, right? Yeah. So if they have a second copy of that, they can do that. But that did end the turn. Oh, good. But they probably have, like, they're bricked on hand traps, you gotta bet, right? Well, you would assume. let's get this. It allows us to put Magma online. I'm going to put you back in the deck. Troll. That's fine. They are in fact bricked on hand traps. I can poke them for 100. I will poke you for 100. You gotta start somewhere. End turn. Alright, this gives me Lopter, which will give me... what's good against this deck? Don't really know what the good card against this deck is going to be. Fua in standby. That's unfortunate. We wait. Okay, we do it. If they have Ash, they have Ash. But now they can't use Cold... well, no, they could use Cold Blight on it. And that's where we stop them. We were able to do it. Good stuff. Right, summon End Phase Search. And we get a Lopter on the field, which we can just hold for the next turn. They do get a card draw, but, you know, is what it is. They are going away from main phase, or are they? Battle phase, you can't attack. End phase. Alright, give me a search. Destrudo? It might just be Destrudo. And apparently that is the game. Alright. I mean, the play there would have been to tribute this off for Valor, which was going to be the play regardless of what we drew, I think, because that gives us, you know, a couple bodies on the field. I mean, I take it they just bricked. Yeah, we're in Diamond. Yesterday we hit Diamond 5, and you can't D-rank from Diamond 5, so we've just been playing. I am super happy with myself. And as you can see, we have like a little counter down here that says how many times we've won. And actually, hold on. One sec. Prepare yourself. Where are we at? Double digits. We've just been, you know, sneaking in the odd win every now and then, you know? It's great. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. It does mean the YouTube poll finally has relevance. I have got 10 wins, which means I can go through like up to 10 bits of the solo mode. And I had a look at it. There's not like loads of stuff that gives me cards. It'll be a nice break from the pace of like the thing. I'm going to do these in the next month. But regardless of what the poll gives us, whether it's you click on it, that counts, you get a card that counts, or you duel, that counts. This gives us Raigeki. This gives us Monster Reborn, which is immediately 2 staples that just go in like every single deck that we have. So we've got Monster Reborn, Raigeki, and like 8 solo mode gates to like 8 solo mode things to do, however you end up counting them. So I'm actually looking forward to like the next stream. Also, with March being like a slightly shorter month because we're going to miss 2 streams mid-month, it might be nice to just like get that done and just, you know, take it a bit easier. There might be a chance that we can actually just, we're already in Platinum, so we can just go and actually hit Diamond easier. But you never know. Like, we hit Gold one time and then it was just a pain to get to for like several streams. So it could be that kind of a scenario. Anyway, how are you doing, Potato? It's nice to have someone in chat and actually, you know, chatting. A couple of people have, you know, came in to watch for a couple of minutes. Okay. And that's another one. What do you do? You are generic, 8 fire. Target a level 7 or lower fire monster in your grave, spec it, and if you do, reduce this card's level. Also, you cannot spec except fires. If synchro summon using it as material, you can summon a monster from your grave. Or Dark Worlds for the Pearly deck. Right, yeah. We also have a Squamata now, like Shadow's Squamata. So, because the Dark Worlds like being discarded generally, I don't know how much, I mean, I don't know how much that matters, but I guess we could... Oh yeah, there's other new cards, right? This is how the current deck is looking, the deck that's got us into Diamond. It hasn't actually changed at this point. We haven't changed it since we hit Diamond. But it is, you know, I'm kind of liking it. The only... I think the most suspect inclusion is Masked Hero Darklaw, but it has come up. Because in the instance that you have, like, just Assault Synchron as a normal summon, or they stop the Condemned Witch, then, you know, it's not bad. There has been a time when they've let the... No. Yeah, there's been a time when they've stopped the Condemned Witch search, so we had to make a choice between Condemned Witch for Lockdoor or Condemned Witch for the Darklaw, and it did come up. It was pretty good. Also, that's another thing, Darklaw can just go in this, like, Dark World Pearly deck if we want to make one. And in fact, as a little celebration of 10 wins, I guess, I'm going to take this moment to just, like, quickly, you know, look through the deck. Here's a screenshot of what it used to be. Have a look at it and enjoy it. We're going to cut down on the decks that we have, because, like, this needs a drastic update, right? This has been, like, it's only got 2 Bestials, it's only got the 1 field spell of Kaijus, we've got 3 whole names, we could have 4, we've got another Gardala, we've got 3 copies of Radiant, like, this is just wildly out of date. So, we're going to delete the decks that are just, like, so far out. We might come back to ninjas at some point, because we did get some more ninja cards, but it kind of needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. So, say goodbye to the ninja deck temporarily, and likewise with the vampire deck, I expect. Yeah, again, we're on 2 Bestials. We're still playing Birth in this one, and maybe that is correct. But what else? Oh yeah, still on Phantasme, because at the point that we were playing this, Malice was running around, as with the Lancia. So, you know, again, this deck can do with some edits. We're still on Vorp Gate, because, you know, yeah, there's just, like, a lot to change, right? So, again, yeah, Royal Lancia. That was so long ago at this point. Anyway, that's the vampire deck. Again, temporarily. Right. Something mildly interesting. This deck, which is kind of Redo a Turbo. Oh, we had one of these. Okay, I need to generate this card. Simply for the fact that we apparently had one and I've dusted it at some point. Because I don't put cards I don't have in these lists. So let's do that for a minute. And ignore that. I'm still going to get rid of this list because there are other things, again, we can do to change it, to optimize it. Once again... Oh, okay, this has 1 more Bestial. But still, we have, like, you know, 4 Bestials now. I don't know if we got more... No, we don't have more of these guys, I don't think. Okay, we have another Mothman. We have another Chupacabra, so we can go harder in on the dangers. We can go harder in on retaliating. We got more... We got other Time Thief cards. Oh yeah, right, we got the Trap card. We're still playing Lancia in this. But no, the reason why there's something to be said is earlier this stream... Yeah, it was earlier this stream. Oh yeah, we got a Bomber Dragon, by the way, which is not a bad pickup. Probably not playing it over Zeraboros anytime soon, but it's still decent. Yeah, here we are. We managed to get Traptrix Rafflesia, which is just generic, and we actually have a pretty good number of trap holes. Also, we have a Serra. So, we could maybe do something with that. Reflees, your favourite trap tricks? No. I said my favourites were, I think, Atrax and Atipus, if any of them. Because, like, look at the claws. Look at the void. That's like, you know, it's like this. You're just going to fall into the abyss. It's hilarious. But yeah, we actually have a number of trap holes, right? So it's playable. We could change the Redoer Turbo into a sort of Time Thief Trap Tricks deck, maybe? I'm pretty sure the FBI can use this as evidence. British, anyway. The FBI cannot use this. However, someone else might. But yeah, this could probably turn into like a Trap Tricks Time Thief deck. Because one of the other cards we got for Time Thieves is... Oh yeah, we got Perpetua Sense. Right. Neat. But we got Power Reserve, which does just... it does just make a rank 4 a lot easier because you get Special Summon a Machine Time Thief from deck. Granted, we have exactly one target, but it's still a trap monster that you can just make, and then it gives Redoer like the detach effect. So that's kind of neat. And yeah, we have Double Barrel. So we have like the full Xyz suite. Oh, and we also have Chronocoat. Okay. So we have 4 machine targets, one of which is good, and we're going to struggle to keep in rotation. But yeah, again, this is a deck we'd need to rebuild from the ground up. So, have a good look at it. Enjoy the fact that it exists, and we will have to get back to it at some point. The stream is also the Purge, I guess. Burn. I think also this gets rebuilt from the ground up, because there are presumably things you can do. Okay, so yeah, this is Burn plus Floodgates, right? It's got every Bestial, so that's neat. We've got the Destrudo, we've got the Mirage Dragon, we're on, like, you know, the proper Synchro package, I guess. But it's on Floodgates, right? And something we did get a while ago is Dimensional Barrier, which is not in this list. So, like, there are other things, again, we can do to just make it even meaner, even harder for anyone to play against. So, we will be rebuilding it from the ground up, probably. We do still only have the 2-dimension wall, so we've updated it kind of recently then, I guess. Oh wait, no. That would have been ages ago, I still had the filter on. But yeah, we could put in like another trap hole of spikes, so again, it'll be rebuilt from the ground up. This does also bring the unusables closer together. In fact, do I have any more recent unusables? I don't think so. What Royal Finish cards do I have? Okay, yeah, this should be bookmarked and should be in here. That one is playable. That one should be in here. That's playable. That's bookmarked and that's in here already. I think that one's playable. And then that should be bookmarked. Yeah, okay, right. So yeah, that's up to date anyway. Unusable cards 4 is up to date. If you were wondering what our last, what was it, rarity ticket from this, the login bonus is, it was this guy, which is actually pretty neat, to be fair. The other thing we got was like the full armored Xyz. Right, this is the one with floodgates, and honestly, I'm enjoying playing without the floodgates. And if we ever need floodgates, we can just like look through our collection. I'm pretty sure we're not going to forget what we have. So, again, we could just rebuild this, although it's not as from the ground up because the generator deck isn't really going anywhere. And yeah, this isn't too far removed from what we're playing anyway. So we can get rid of that one. Give ourselves a little bit of space. We don't need it, but I like having less things to look at. And Umi Normal. How old is this? Old enough, I guess. We got 3 pacifists, but have we got... There's 2 of that. Like, yeah, okay, we're missing out on one of these. I think everything else looks... Okay, so we could be playing another one of that. We could be playing the Dimensional. We could be playing any more Paleos? Probably not. Maybe other equip spells. We have the Dragon already. Yeah, we could be playing Grip, for example. We could be playing this. And we could be playing another copy. So I think there's reasons that, like, you know, we just put this to one side. Pacifist is just a deck that always exists. The Staples list can stay put because it's just a list. Kind of forgot we had the Unchained Abomination, though. What do we have in the extra deck on this one? Can we add more to the extra deck on this one? I think so. Yeah, we can. So, yeah, leave it at that. I think we take Star Eater out because we know we have it. There's, like, other things that are probably more important to put in here as a reference. Oh, Trap Tricks, I guess. Well, no, Trap Tricks isn't really a staple. Are there any other, like, staple... Oh, Dimensional. Yeah, right. It's the Floodgates. Of course, it's the Floodgates. Dimensional, so we need to put in this one. We need to put in... I think it's Rivalry that we also have. Yeah. So those need to go in here. We can update this list just accordingly. We've got all the Bestials. Yeah. I mean, I think that covers it, pretty much. Not quite. We have, like, this one at 3. That probably covers it. There you go. Topologic. Staples, Unusables, Fiendish, which it kind of worked once upon a time, just a little bit. Actually, this is a deck that could use the Dark Law if we wanted to bring this back at some point. Because you've got level 1 Darks, level 2 Darks. That's a 3 Fire, but that's a 3 Dark, that's a 4 Dark. And then it stops being usable. But you can also make this a low level Dark. Oh, and we can actually update this. Okay, I think we can update this with other things as well. So for the moment, let's get rid of Fiendish. I want to keep the Cosmo deck. The Tachyon Targets is recent enough and is worth keeping. Go second and stun. Yeah, I think, okay, right, we've cut it down to the basics. Now, in celebration of the fact we've got 10 wins in Diamond, let's just start chucking cards at the wall. That's what we have for Pearly. And here's what we have for Dark World. So I'm just going to chuck them in at low counts. I know we're going to be taking the fusion out, but for the moment... that is a Dark World card. That is... You are... Right, that's all the individual copies, right? Yeah, that's all the individual copies of the Dark World cards. And I guess Shadol's, right? We can put in this one, this one. I guess, yeah. Don't really need this. Do we need this? Send from hand, or flip, you can special summon one from hand. No, that's not particularly worth it. Not particularly worth it. Shadol in your grave, that's actually probably worth. Sinister Shadow, send a Shadol from your deck, then change any number face up. No, okay. Right, so here's a rough base of what cards we're working with. So we need to kind of keep it as close to 40 as we can. This is actually just playable, right? It doesn't need the fusion. I want to kind of cut down on the stuff that looks like it's just not playable first. When your opponent activates a monster effect, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, target Dark World on the field, return it, and if you do, your opponent discards a card. How many Dark Worlds do we have? So we don't have a huge amount. By an opponent's card effect, special summon. Okay, so this has to be discarded by an opponent's card effect to summon itself. Noted. And this one, I mean, that's always a staple. This isn't. I remember that's awful. Type a Dark World in your grave, special summon it. You cannot summon the turn you activate this, but you can non-set. I mean, it is a monster reborn. We just set it as a quick play and retrieve something at the end of the turn. I think that's worth it. This isn't because it just fusion summons, and we're not fusion summoning a Fiend Fusion, I believe. Spellcaster Rock Fairy. Annoy Attilis, but that requires exactly you plus a Shaddoll at the present time. Charge into a Dark World is good. Dark World Lightning is okay. But I think we could do better than that, so let's not. Target level 4 or lower Fiend engraved, special summon it, then discard a Fiend. The thing is, you have to have cards in hand to, like, resolve these effects. I don't think that's worth it. You're gonna have to, like, give me some leeway. I'm not exactly familiar with Dark World. So that one's just an include because you could special summon it. Do we have Where Art Thou? I'll have a look in a sec. If this card is discarded by graveyard, card effect, draw 1, draw 2 if opponent. So that's playable. And we have enough of you. That is just MST. That is also just like a monster pop. That's destroyed by battle. Except Pearl. Okay, sorry, I need a minute to pass this. If discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, target Dark World except Pearl, summon it to either field. Then if it was discarded by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one that's banished. Okay, so it does need another one. Summons itself. You. If discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, special summon it, then opponent's card, they place 2 cards on the bottom of the deck. That is a keep. So, the way this reads is, I believe, it special summons if you discard it. And then you can target if it's the opponent's card. So for the moment, let's just add those. And let's cut... It's a one-of. It's a one-of, it's okay. Where off? No... Oh, wait. We have where off. If you control a level 1, add a level 1. I guess it's worth? I don't really know. You're a fiend, aren't you? Right, okay, with the Pearly quick plays all having the same effect? Yeah, okay, I get it. I think we leave this as a one-of. We put this in at... 2. We only have the 1. We have 2 if sent to the graveyard, and a Shaddoll from deck to hand. We have like 2 Shaddoll fusion, so there's that. We have the 1. We have 2 of this, but I don't think that's worth it. It's technically a negate. Let's just faff around with the ratios for a minute. So we're happy with that, we're happy with that, happy with that. 2 Hound. changes a battle position. I don't think we need that. And we have 4 of this thing. It summons itself if sent to the graveyard. And it is a tuner, which means we can do synchro plays. It's a level 2, which means at worst we can try doing, what, rank 2s with this. So, for the moment, put it at 3. I don't think we're going to keep it at 3, but well, for the moment. You read very, very weird. The thing is, it is a level 1. Do we have 1 for 1? Nope. 1 for... Oh, right. Yeah, 1 for 1 is my go-to example for notoriously difficult cards to search. We're looking at normal spell. Doesn't look like it. This deck looks like it'd want to go second, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think based on what we have, we want to go second. We have a lot of spells. We want to discard cards from card effects. We've got Shadow Fusion, the Dark Worlds. I don't know. Having more cards in hand means you have more cards you can try and discard. Depends on the hand. Yeah. I think we've got, like, all our Pearly cards, right? Yeah. We put everything in the deck. I mean, the thing is, this is a deck, but, like, I have no idea what it would be like. So you get Dark Corridor and a Dark World from deck to hand, then discard a card. And you've got a thing that would allow you to put a Dark World monster on the field. So you could get Snow. So you could just get Snow on the field. Yeah, going first this hand does not do a lot. Going second. Go in second, that is a different kettle of fish. So, you probably do Dark Corridor for deck thinning reasons anyway. You add a Dark World, that takes a target out of your deck, and you could do Brow, which would get you a draw. You could normal summon the Pearly, excavate the top 3 for the sake of argument. Okay, that would miss. If we negate their whole field, there is a chance that depending on how big they build their board, they put something in the Anima Zone. That's a card that does need to be in here. And if we are playing tuner monsters, Yazi is only a Dark World and a Shadow Falco away. Like, this summons itself. So yeah, that hand also would have made Yazi. Synchro 7s. Somewhere down here. And if it makes Yazi, that also gives it that. 7, so that's 9, that's 11, which means you could make Star Eater. You can also do a lot of low-level combinations. You could also make 10s if you decide to use Construct, but I don't think there's a scenario where you know, get rid of Construct from your side of the field. So, from this point of view, let's look at the Link monsters that we have again. And for the Link monsters, I think we're looking at, like, the usual suspects, I guess you want to call it. If I can see the usual suspects, I'd rather not just, like, look through the whole thing and skim over them. I need to get better at actually reading the cards based on the card images. I guess there is an argument that Cereboros is pretty bad for us banishing the field. We would rather things be in the graveyard. I don't really know how much of a difference that would make. There's Transversa. Hello, Mr. M Gaming. Welcome. This is just a generic Link 2 for Darks that helps out with attack stats and everything. Every Dark World is surprisingly a Dark monster. Constructors are light. Yazis are dark. The Pearlies are all different. Might be worth putting that one in. And oh, of course, Verte. So in theory, that'd be what it kind of looks like. How do you... Yeah. Pearly Dark Dolls, I guess. There you go. That's the test deck. Oh, there's CF27. It goes well. How about yourself? I just feel like it's... I don't know. I guess I just have to play with the deck. Really. Going first, this hand, in theory, does Pearly things. Looks like it does Pearly things. Once per turn, send... Oh yeah, also... quick effect if you have Pretty. This is Pretty Memory. That would be another thing I have to, like, you know, just get on top of, really. You always test it against the bot. Well, here's the thing. I guess... Okay, actually, I guess, yeah, once I clear, like, some of the solo mode, I will have unlocked a bot that I can play against. At the moment, I haven't got a bot I can play against, because I haven't done any of the solo mode. Because I've got 10 wins in Diamond, it's somewhere around here, I can't actually see it on my bit. Because I've got 10 wins in Diamond, I can do some of the solo mode. And that is something I'm looking very much forward to on the next stream. I do need people to vote in the poll, and there's something. I wonder if anyone's actually... I haven't looked. No. I guess I'll have to make a new poll on YouTube. I'll make a new poll on YouTube later, but the point of it will basically be that I get to choose what I'm doing with the solo mode. And the solo mode is going to help out knowing about the viability of this so much, honestly. Because it's a little weird looking at it. But yeah, this one would, like this hand going first, would get you Pearly, which would get Pretty Memory. You add it to hand, discard Special Summon a Pearly from deck, which gets you this one. And you would then, I think it's chain this, right? Oh no, okay. So you add that. And then you can either Special Summon a Pearly. Right, okay, so how does the field spell and they have a continuous, don't they? Do I have a continuous? I might not. Alright, so how does the field spell read? Okay. So the way I would actually play this is you get this, you excavate the Pearly, you use this to reveal the Pretty Memory, and then that gives you Beauty. And then the Xyz gains this effect once a turn, send one of the cards you control target and attach it. The issue is that, like, I won't have a Dark World on the field, and I won't have any Shadows engraved, so the rest of that hand doesn't do much. If I'm going second, this hand has these, and I could, you know, try and normal summon and excavate for the extra one. But, okay, so this hand could actually just make, like, Winder going first. And, you know, Winder's pretty good. We get a draw from doing that. And sure, I don't really know. But then if we were going second, we have that, we make Winder, and we get this. Which isn't fantastic, I guess. The only reason I'm not starting solo mode today, by the way, is because I don't know how everyone's thinking about it. I don't know what people are looking at. Don't know what people's thought process is. I guess, okay, yeah, you know, it's as good a time as any. I think I'm calling it a day for, like, duels, but, like, we're using this time for deck building, really. It's deck building theory time. So, yeah, as it's actually relevant, let's just share screen for a minute. I swear it's like the last time I'll do it. Here we go. Right. Channel page, you know, my YouTube channel, I have a poll for it. I'm not doing a Twitch poll because that's temporary, and while I am now showing chat for the stream, it does mean that, like, this is just kind of recorded here, you know? It exists on the channel, and unless the channel's deleted, then there is evidence of the poll. And the poll with, you know, the ideas of what way am I tackling the solo mode. It's 3 months ago, but I'm pretty sure you can still vote in the poll. If I incognito and go to YouTube, I shouldn't be logged in. Your YouTube history is off. Catmonix channel. Well, apparently Catmonix channel does not bring up the channel. Can I cut out that and go filters, channels? Yes, I can. But if I go into the post, I think I can vote in it. Nope. Right, yeah, I can vote in it, so the poll is, like, still active. Right, let's close that. And let's get back to Twitch, and let's close the... There we go, let's close the screen share. Right. But the point being, yeah, that's why I'm not doing the solo mode just yet. And this is the theoretical deck that we play. Any 2 monsters makes Verte. I don't think this hand is making Verte. Like, I don't know, maybe it draws better than this, maybe this is just, like, an easy way to, like, work it out. But it doesn't feel like it's gonna do a lot. Not at present, anyway. Then again, I am used to playing, like, Generator, which is a 1-card deck. Guess you don't have anything to discard cards. You know, that is a point. There are a lot of cards that say discard, but, like, nope. And that's discard the opponents, that's the opponents. That is a trap card, that is a board breaker. So if we decided to take out the trap cards entirely, they can be used going second. How many runics? Now you're asking questions. Well, we actually have a couple decent runics. You just care about quick play spells. No, not you. You just care about quick play spells, right? No, when you activate a Pearly quick play specifically. Slightly unfortunate. Things like Dark World dealings. Yeah, but we don't have... well... no. And I expect if I put the space in there, I did just look through them earlier. I'm pretty sure we're missing that, right? Yeah, we don't have that one. Okay. But I guess, yeah, let's keep a look on things like discard, because this discards one card and is removal. So it's definitely something. And it's a spell card, which is important. This does discard, but for the last bit, and it requires Earth Machines. So we're looking at primarily spells. This does discard, but we need to fusion summon a Fiend Fusion. It's banishing, specifically. The recur effect is discard. We got, yeah, 2 copies of Thunder Dragon, but that's not what we're looking for. We're not exactly playing a hybrid of that. I don't think we have Despia. Take a Despia monster, which would be either Ad Libitum, or it'd be Tragedy, or it'd be Comedy. Which, I don't think any of those are worth it. We got Mothman. Mothman's probably actually just a 3-0. It's a body. It's not a fiend, but it does discard like half the time. It will discard for effect. Mothman does sound good. I also think we really need to play 40. Yeah, that's the other thing. I think it's a 1, but I think the ones we care about are Pearly. We only have 2 ones, so I'm not actually sure about how good Wear Off Thou is. Because the other thing is that, like, if we normal summon one of these, we can't get the other one on the field, so we can't really use Wear Off Thou. Which cuts it down to 46. I don't think we need 3 copies of Falco. It gives us tuner access for 2s, but I don't think we need 3 copies. I think the Shadol engine should be like supplementary, given that Shadol Fusion is at 2. Cuts it down to 44. Do we have any other decent cards that say discard? We had 2 of this one, which targets a level 4 lower in grave, but it requires that you put something in the grave prior to it. Maybe we cut that. What else do we have? Discard a Resonator, which we can play, I think, one of these. It is bookmarked, but I think we can play one. Discard another card special. That is special summon of a level 7 body. And it is effect. Like, quick effect, there's no cost there. I don't think we have Super Quant Xyz though, do we? That'd be really weird if we did. We have a Super Quant Xyz. Huh. Is that worth it? What do we think? Is that worth it? It's a 7. Looking at the way our extra decks lined up, I don't think it's worth it. Also, Yazi's good, but we don't have a worm target to special. And are we banishing cards at the moment? Not really, because we're not doing the Bestials. We've only got the 1 in there. We're not running anything else. I know we haven't stocked up on, like, Destrudo or the other generics at the moment. Maybe we cut Yazi. You know, maybe we do put that in. It's like 1 card. Discard special summon. If special summon, summon a Quant. And if you do attach a Quant. Oh, right. Okay, so we can't do the extra deck part of it, but it is just a special on discard. Lurie, we could make them scared of, like, full Fiendsmith combo. But I don't think anyone's going to be scared of Fiendsmith combo against, like, a Masochist deck. Granted, they wouldn't know, but I'm pretty sure people would just assume it's an awful deck by, like, the 3rd card or something. What do you... No. I clicked on something in the wrong way, apparently. Where was that cross sheep? Fusions. Special summon a level 4 or lower from your grave. Does require we get 2 bodies on the field, which I'm not too hopeful for, honestly. worst comes to worst, we have Drag Down, which is all effect, but it does help unbrick the opponent and possibly gives them too much autonomy. For the moment, I'm going to put it in, just for a sec. We can take it out later. Cost down's not worth it, necklace not worth it. We do have other dangers. Dark World Lightning, but do you think it's worth it? Like, destroying a set card on the... Like, this targets a spell trap. I know it needs to be discarded still, but it does target a spell trap, and this targets a monster. And while the other one is just, like, a set card, we do have, like, Danger Thunderbird, I guess. What do we have in terms of dangers? I mean, Chupacabra, which actually puts a body on the field. It's just, like, it feels difficult to keep this kind of deck size down. Depends how much you lose to back row. Yeah. Back to square one, which we can't dismantle any of. I think... Power of the Dragons. Let's just save this for a second. Keep in mind that one. It does target, so it probably isn't going through anyway. Darkness Approaches is not worth it, and I think it does for... Oh wait, this does for cost. So that's not worth it even then. Your cost? You are cost. But that was something I said was worth it for this deck. I know we need to keep it down in terms of deck size, but for the moment, we also need to find what's worth playing. Discard for effect seems a lot less common than I thought it was, I guess. Discard for cost, very common. Discard for effect, not so. Which makes a lot of sense, honestly. Where was it? Just for the moment. So, related. Add Darklaw. What does the draw hands look like for this? So, we're going to assume we're going second. We're saying that this deck wants to go second, which means you've got Shaddoll Fusion, which doesn't lock you at all, it just sends 2 Shaddolls to the grave, basically. And looking at this... Wait, do we have a light? I think our only light is Pearly. And that's probably not going to bode well. And we're going second, so we actually need our special summon, so it's not Winder. We're not being proactive, because that's when your opponent would summon a monster. And do we not... We've got a Noyatilis, but we don't actually have a water monster. Oh no, we do have a water monster. So... if you get desperate, you have Vortex. The Odd Eyes? The Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, that what we mean? Compulse? Oh no, Lightning Vortex, sorry. Yeah, but Lightning Vortex does discard for cost, which will trigger the dangers, but it won't trigger the Dark Worlds. Oh no, it triggers the Dark Worlds, it doesn't trigger the Shaddolls, right. Yeah. So Lightning Vortex is playable. But yeah, what can you do in this? You can make either Grista, you can make the Noyatilis, you can make Winder and just hamper yourself for the rest of the game. You could discard... well, Roll the Bones, probably get Pearly Happy Memory, and that kind of gets things going. Yeah, sure. It's just for the moment. What does that hand look like? That hand looks good. Small indie company can't give us a test room. True. Think about the poor devs. But yeah, this discard a card, special summon a Pearly, which, if we're going second... yes please. That really works as... well... Thank you. That really works as a board breaker, because then you can either discard for MST or you can discard for, you know, a monster. And then you can, you know, just, you know, discard for a monsters again. You've got 2 copies of Mothman. You'll get a Pearly on the field, level 1 Pearly, which means you could probably... Yeah, so what you do is you'd summon this. This one will get you a Pearly card from deck. You can then target Sleepy Memory. And you can get into Noir while getting yourself an extra Pearly card, which you would probably... Would you do Happy Memory? No. Pretty Memory? I think probably you'd get Pretty Memory. Like, this hand is kind of decent. I just, like, I feel like I wouldn't know how to navigate it in the slightest. Like, as that also feels kind of decent. Going second. Because you've got a Pearly card. You've got cards to discard. You've got a Searcher, so if you want a different card to discard, you can always, like, start with this, then follow with this. But the thing is, I'm not sure that Pearly is really, like, breaking apart boards in the same way. We'll still save this as, like, the test version of the deck. It's something. Also, I should probably change, like, the main cards. We change it to Fusion Purple, because that's the closest thing we have to a Dark deck. Exe's Sleeves. Field. That one. Mate. Yeah, that's fine. Coin. Main cards. So, Pearly, Corridor, and I guess, yeah, Construct is also fine. There you go. That kind of sums up the deck, right? Actually, yeah, I guess we should probably cut this. We've got better cards to summon. It's a small change, like really small change, but I think it probably makes a difference. I don't know how it looks, but it feels fine enough. 49 cards isn't the worst thing. I mean, this is an entirely different style of deck, but it is 45 cards, which is slightly better. You know, playing closer to 40 tends to do it. Staples, Stun, Cosmopunk, 7th Tachyon goes second. I mean, I don't know, how do we like this? How do we feel about this kind of, this deck? How many quick play Pearly spells do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quick plays. And we're on a 49 card deck, which is not 1 in 6. It is 1 in 8, more like. We draw a 6 card hand. One sec. Right. So let's put on the share screen for a sec. Ignore all the ads all over the place. So population size is 49, right? The number of successes is 6. The sample size is 6. Number of successes in the sample size, we're looking for 1, right? Which gives us... Small-time streamer refuses to add... yeah. It feels... either... X equals X. X is... Okay, so we're on a decent chance, right? x equals 1, x is less than 1, x is less than or equal to 1, x is greater than 1, x is greater than or equal to 1. So it feels like we're less likely to draw it most of the time. Like, it seems that overall we're about equal to get it as to not. I guess. Now, if we, in theory, drop this to, like, 40, right? What does that change? It changes it quite a decent bit in our favor, actually. Those 9 cards are really making that difference. And the probability of greater than or equal to goes up as well. I don't know. Making decks is hard, especially when you don't really, like, play them ever. I've played against Dark World. I've played against Pearly. I've never piloted either. The thing is, are there cards which are in excess? Are there cards we can take out? Like, we could probably take out this, right? If it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add a Shadow monster from your deck to your hand. It is probably the best one, so I guess we play it at multiple. You are Destruction on Summon. You are Destruction on Summon. You are Hand Looping on Summon. So we cut that one, right? The fire probably doesn't seem relevant to me. It mills. It's not quite the style that we're going for, which frees up an extra deck slot as well. The reason I want to keep Winder in is because there is a chance that sometimes your opponent just bricks, and then if you stick Winder on the board, that is sometimes just the end of the game, you know? They brick and then they're against Winder, and it will just do it. Helps break, helps combo and or break because you're just sticking bodies on the field and kind of going for it. Helps with, like, any dark monster. Probably don't need that because that's an extender. So we're down to 46. Breaker, consistency, breaker, breaker, consistency. Okay, I'm about to ask a really dumb question. How much do we actually need the field spell? No, that is a stupid question. If we open this and the Pearly leaves the field, we get a summon at level 1 from deck or grave, which will actually let us retrieve them from the grave pretty well. And this also just during the end phase attach it. Yeah, no. Okay, this feels like it's a good card to just include, even if it's, like, not an active extension tool. What are you again? Yeah, that's good. That's very good. This is good again because it gets rid of graveyard cards. I feel like that's probably about as narrow as I'm going to get it. Row is good to discard because it's just upstart. But it does need a card to discard it. So maybe we just drop that down to 2. 45. I'm happy enough with it. It does feel a little weird, but I'm happy enough. We got an extra deck slot, singular. We have a most common level of 4, I think. We've got 2 1s. We've got 5 2s. 4 3s. I mean, are you willing to risk it in a duel? Yeah, you know, when, like, when it comes to sort of, like, this point, and, like, the wins are actually, like, really helping out, because we're doing solo mode things, and it's just going to advance that. I don't know. So we could stick in a rank 4, or we could stick in another Link monster. That's fusion for Shadol specifically. That one summons a mass hero specifically. What mass heroes do we have? We do have a light. But I don't think that's worth it. We do have Anki, which can retrieve the... maybe it's worth putting in a second... No, surely it can't be. I mean, the end board would look like 2 dark monsters that don't do anything. 2 dark monsters that don't do anything make Verte. Verte makes Shadol fusion, you know? And then you've got Mass Hero Diane, which just needs to be special summoned by a mass change, but needs an Earth. We have exactly 1. Needs a Water. We have exactly 1. Needs a Water. Needs a Fire. We could put in Anki. It attacks directly. How many times have we been on, like, I need to do 1200 damage, but I can't break the board? Just for the moment. We will test it against the AI when we get to the AI. Because we're doing, like, some solo mode stuff, and we can use the solo mode just once we've beat that little bit. We just can't use it for, like, more rewards. The 10 is for, like, progression in it. The 10 is not for using it as, like, a test room. But I do like this. The thing is, when we go through that, we can probably swap this out for Raigeki. Monster Reborn is a good extender, so I think like that would actually just be worth putting in the deck. In terms of our generic stuff, okay, let's look at this for a second. And look at this for a second. We're looking at the spell traps. Locked into Xyz, not worth it. Triple Tactics is worth it, so that one goes in. The rest of them are trap cards, not worth it. So let's put in Triple Tack. Considering we're going with a breaker approach, it feels worth it. And the other deck we need to take a look at is Going Second, because that also has a shit ton of spells. I don't think anything else in here is discard by the looks of it. Yeah, you're seeing what little we already have, plus a bunch that would just be bloat for the deck. Because this doesn't discard, it's just like about the OTK. It's about clearing, clears back row, which we do have very little of. That's for the Mekanko package. We already have the other Book of Moon, this one, which does discard, so regular Book of Moon won't be worth it. We're already running the Lightning Vortex. I think the only shame with the Darkworld Pearly deck is we can't really, due to the fact that we're trying to use the Pearly bit, we can't really afford like the extra cards, right? Because the Bestials will just always be live. We have Darks, but like, I don't know, it just feels... It feels like a shame, but there is definitely like no way that going to 60 cards in this deck is optimal. There just isn't any way. So I think 46 cards is probably where it cuts off at. It's been a long time for the deck building theory on this, but like, hey, I want to make sure it's done right. The only thing I'm not so certain on is the extra deck. I still think it's good enough. Having the one light monster is a little awkward. Granted, we can fusion, so like we could use this from the field if they stop our like Pearly stuff, like if they just hit this with an Emperm. But then, if that's the kind of thing we're doing, why aren't we just leading Shadol fusion? W Sesh? I think so. Like, this feels like it's a pretty good list. And I feel that I'm kind of, I'm happy with the attempt we've made. I don't think there's anything else we've like picked up recently that's particularly stunning. Oh yeah, actually one thing I did want to bring up, you know how I was talking about like a rank 4 Trap Tricks Time Thief deck? So as it turns out, I think we want to click on this one for the related. Actually, wait, hold on. What was this? Field spell. Okay, so that needs... It doesn't need multiples, but that's interesting to note. Anyway, what I was going to say is... Where is he? So, this card is technically a starter for a rank 4 deck. Which is a little, like... Of course it makes sense because Princess Cologne. But what you do is you activate this, which we've got 3 of, to search out your 1-off box of friends. Use this, its last effect, to destroy your box of friends and summon 2 normal monsters with 0 attack or defense from your deck. And then they're used as Xyz material. The middle effect requires specifically Princess Cologne we don't have. The only problem is, this effect only works once, and it doesn't work if we draw this. You need multiples, because you need to be able to send from deck. But we don't have this, we only have one of this. But it is technically a rank 4 starter, which is just kind of funny. And this works with exactly Princess Cologne. So, yeah, this isn't getting on field any other way. But yeah, that's kind of like just a little thing that we have now, for what little it's worth, I guess. I don't think there's any other decks that are kind of like just come into existence over the last 2 streams. We do technically have Guru, and we have a Final Battle, but we don't have the field spell. So like, this is a very, very inconsistent flip deck. Granted, we do have other like flip cards, like we have some crawler stuff, we have just like, you know, your generics. What do we have in terms of Magistus? Not enough. I think that is probably about where we call it. I don't think there's any other decks that we've got anything for. Nothing monumental anyway. We got an Overload Fusion, which is kind of neat, but we don't have anything to do with it. And yeah, it's Fusion, of course. It's not actually related to Sidra. You're related to Sidra. Can we get, like, regular Sidra? 2+ Cyber Dragons. Look at Cyber Dragon. Either field. We don't have this one. That's a light. So yeah, that doesn't really do anything. Brain Control, Dracoonity. Yeah, we got the Ninja Transformations. We got another Dynamist. More Kaijus. Yeah. More Fog Blades. Oh yeah, that was something I did want to look at. We have in terms of Cubic. Yeah, just not great. Right. We have a new deck. We can test it against the AI, and I think that's what we're going to do, because we have 10 solo mode currency. I don't really know how we're going to call it. I believe this gives you a determined deck to use. You can't use like your own for this. Yeah, you're only using... Oh wait, no, I can use my card. So hold on. If I were to just select this for a minute. Okay. So yeah, regardless of how we end up using the currency, how it ends up working out from the poll, we can get 2 duels in, and these 2 duels, you know, they each have an AI. So we can test Pearly Dark Dolls against these AI at the absolute worst. And if we want to unlock a more difficult AI, from what I remember, if we go into the stories, I believe the Digital Bugs deck is actually mildly difficult. If I can't remember if it's the Confirm Opponents deck. It's not that one. It's one of these. Trap Tricks. What about this one? Yeah, this one has Max C. Has a Storm, has Duster, has Imperm, has Max C. And does... Oh, and a Raigeki. And does, like, Insector plays. So it might be that this is, like, Unironically, I don't know how true it is, what do you require? 200 light gems. How do you get your light gems? There's 150. 1, 2, 3. If we're talking about these as just, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, leaves us 2 things to try and find some light gems. Assuming it's option 1. If it's not option 1, then we have a little bit more leeway with it. Okay, so it's not that. Where do we find some light gems, guys? It might just be the light sworn one. Okay, so yeah, we could do it. With 10 currency, we can get ourselves enough gems to get to the digital bug solo mode. Which I do think is actually one of the better ones to test against. They have, like, actual hand traps, they have things to do. It could be that Subterra isn't particularly bad. Eldritch. Eldritch is a pretty competent going first deck. Confirm opponents. Like, yeah, this could be kind of painful to go against, possibly. I don't know. And what about that one? That's not that painful. Anyway, we're going to work that out once the poll has actually done something. So, thank you all. Oh, wait, no. I need to do stats. I haven't done stats yet. Go to the data. 2128. And we're looking at, not that one, this one. So we've played another 14 today. Oops. Mouse, please stop sliding everywhere. There we go. And this is for the start of session 133. Not that many. And we have won how many? 838. Which is over 50%. We're slowly, you know, creeping there. That's not particularly bad at all. Right. Thank you all very much for watching. It's been fun having you guys in chat and just like trying to brew a deck together. I look forward to catching you all on Monday's stream. That should be going ahead. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Wins in Diamond is a little light on the fading. Let's just up that a little bit. 80? 80 seems about right. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, hope you all have a good one. My name is Cat Monarch, and I'll catch you guys Monday. Bye for now.